When I was reviewing the unit about finding farms, I just thought how fortunate we were that the majority of our students come from a farming background, and in this area here we have mixed farming, so we have beef production, sheep and a lot of cropping. So most of the students were quite familiar with what is in the unit anyway. I think that the students are going to really benefit from us paying particular attention to something that we perhaps take for granted. They have found out a lot of interesting things that they didn't know, and also it does actually correct a few misconceptions, which is really useful as well. Even in this community, we still sometimes get the notion that milk comes out of a carton and those sorts of things. So I think that it's absolutely important that people know where their food comes from. And interestingly enough, I like the aspect of the fibre part of it as well, that a lot of the students weren't aware that the cotton that goes into making their t-shirts is grown and comes from a plant. So that side of it is really interesting as well. But I think that whole process from, you know, the paddock to the plate kind of thing is really, really important. I'm a farmer's daughter and I'm married to a farmer, so I have a vested interest in all things rural. Well, I think in the future it will allow me to broaden the scope that I use when I'm teaching this unit, and just made me think a little bit more about the diversity of agriculture, not just what I see on our farm. I think we tend to forget about the forestry and the aquaculture a little bit, particularly here, because they're not really relevant to us. So it's really good to actually be able to bring that in as well, and so to widen the horizons of the children beyond mixed farming. What I found interesting was the areas of land or water in Australia that are given to agriculture. I didn't realise quite how much it is. I think that if you're not from a farming background, there's a lot of information there that can be used. We did quite a large unit on weather, and we talked about how it impacts on farms and farmers and the seasons as well. All of those things that are in the Australian curriculum, if you align the units with that, then they sort of fit in nicely. And I think the fact that we're now aware of the sustainability, the Aboriginal perspectives and those things that we need to include, if it can be aligned with the Australian curriculum, it's one less thing that we have to think about. We can actually include these units into our science program and they will fit in nicely. So they're great units and we'll be able to use them, and that'll allow us to actually look at our community, and I think it'll be really great. So we're working on including those. The information that's provided in the unit is very, very good, and that would go a long way to helping people to at least to get the content, and the resourcing of the actual farming side of it, nothing better than going out and having a look at how it works.